Hi, it's just Crafty Chantel. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time stopping by. Today we're going to do an unboxing and demo of the Arts and Flowers Garden Florals by Crafter's Companion. This is a Sharon Callis design. So let's just quickly go through what came in the full set. And then from there, we'll make a couple of flowers and maybe put them on some cards. So you start off with a lot of flower dies and then the matching paper. So this one is called Champagne Rose, and then this is the Champagne Rose paper collection. Petal Perfection papers they're called, and they are pretty thick, and so they're already ombre so that you can create the flowers and make them pretty. So that's a good idea. That helps. You know, I've seen some stamping of the flowers. So, but this way, they're all together. That's my puppy playing in the background, enjoying himself. Hope you guys don't mind. And so then with this, you have the petals in the green, and then you can, or sorry, the stems or the leaves in the green, and then you can do the petals. So this one is Champagne Rose, and I won't open up all the dies, but I'll go ahead and show you this one. So here is the flower, and the, let's see, this probably goes right up under the flower, and then these are the leaves. Very pretty. So that's the first one, Champagne Rose. And then next we have Ranunculus. I'm not really a flower person, so I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. And then this is the paper. So you have the ombre effect again. And so on this one, the leaves are a little different. You know, you have like the flat leaves. And then this one is called Tea Rose. And then this is the Tea Rose paper collection. Very pretty. And then you have the greens for the leaves. And then next we have Lily. So we can expect to see some of those dots on the lilies. How cute is that? Paper is double-sided. And then you have the greens for the leaves. And then next we have Orchid. And this is the Orchid paper collection. A couple purples with the yellow center, and then that one has the specks, and then green for the leaves. And last but not least, Mountain Peony. So you have your green. So this would probably do like the yellow in the center and then the darker color on the outside of the flower. And then the green for the leaves. And then you have Divine Bloom's embossing folder. This is, it feels like a 3D embossing folder. So you can do something, you know, some stamping, or use like a metallic paper and then rub it to give it that effect. That's a 5x7 folder. And then this one is called Ornate Tiles. Oh, this is cute. This is a nice background. And that's also a 5x7. And then we have a couple of dies here. So this die is called Rose Bliss Frame. And I'm a sucker for roses. So what I've seen, and I think that, so this rose here We'll just pop it off. So you can get, I think if you put this through the machine properly, you can get a little embossing effect up here. So another thing that I just recently saw on Crafter's Companion TV was that they did the stamp brushless with a dauber and some ink before they took it out of the die. So that's something that I think I'd like to try as well. And then last but not least, the Pretty Posies frame. So let's just pop this open, although I think you can get a good idea of what it looks like. And these are just one pieces, so this is going to be, yeah, just one piece. So that's just a frame die. And like I said, you can do some coloring with the dauber before you pull it out, or you can color it with your Spectrum Noir pens. This Sending Love, I think I actually have that. That's one of the Sharon Callis sentiment dies. So very cute collection. Let's get ready to do some samples. Okay, so I adore this Rose Bliss frame. So this is the first thing that I want to try from the kit. So I've done the die cutting off camera, and then I have a couple of opaque pigment dies, and this one is a quick dry. These are dies from Crafter's Companion, and I left the die in. So let's see. Oh man, popped out. That didn't help. Let's see, let me fit that back in. So I did the die cutting, and now that it's done, I think I want to run it through a second time to get more of that embossing. So let's run it through a second time. I ran it through the Gemini MIDI, which cuts very, very well. So I'm going to do it a second time, and I think I'm going to use the Gemini Pro with the rubber embossing mat. Okay, I did that a second time with the cutting plates, the plastic shim, and the rubber embossing mat. So now what I'm going to try to do is use the daubers and do this through the die. I saw them do this on Crafter's Companion TV, so let's just see if it's going to work for me. Does not look like it's working, does it? Well, not on those small spots. Let's see if it works on the large spots on the rose. It should work on the rose because that's pretty big. There you go. So we'll do the rose this way. Okay, and then let's go ahead and peel it off, and then we can work on our other spots. And get my hands cleaned up. So I already put together this card base just using some cardstock that I had on hand. And let's use some tape on this. And put our frame down. What we can do with that is use piece of foam. There we go. We have a piece of foam to elevate it, and then we can add in, you know, the sentiment of our choice. So the next one I wanted to try is this Ornate Tiles embossing folder, and I think I want to see what it's going to look like in this metallic paper. And then I have an ombre kind of effect paper. This is from the Crafter's Companion Glittering Snowflake collection. And then I have a kind of a busy paper but in muted tones, and this is from the Crafter's Companion Vintage Lace collection. Then I have my Gemini MIDI over here. So let's see, we'll go face down with our paper, because I want to make sure I'm embossing and not debossing. And then we'll slide it through with the picture up, or with the name up. So let's just crank that through and see what happens. Okay, so you can definitely see the design. You can see the embossing. With the paper being so busy, it's kind of muted. The texture is there though. The texture is there. So that's one example, but I think the paper might be a little too busy. So let's try it again. We'll go paper face down and Sharon Callis, name up. And crank it through. So that one you can definitely see the design more, and I don't think that there's a need for any more pressure. That is actually pretty. That looks very nice. I like that a lot. And then let's do it with the metallic paper. So design down, name up, because you don't know how many times I've debossed paper instead of embossing it. And here we go. Oh, now that is like a kaleidoscope. I don't know if that's the effect that you were supposed to get, but that is actually pretty. I like it. That would be a nice, nice background. Really kaleidoscope-like. So this is 3 examples of what you can get with the Ornate Tiles embossing folder. And we might end up using those on a card today in this demo. We'll see how it goes. But this kaleidoscope deal, I don't know, that's kind of cool. Make a nice graduation card or a card for a young person. I like that a lot. Maybe also considering like a blue or a pink. Very pretty. Like it. And then the next thing I have are some flowers. So I picked out tea rose, lily, and orchid. And I'm going to step off to the side and get the die cutting out of the way, and then come back and actually make the flowers. So again, I'm using the Gemini MIDI just because it's easy to keep on my table and crank things out, and just easy to handle. I use this green paper from the Orchid collection, and you know, because the paper has this ombre effect, I really only had to use 1 piece of paper. So it looks like we have 2 different shades of green, but it's still only 1 piece of cardstock from the kit. So that's you know, a little on the cost-effective side. Here's my poking tool. So we have our leaves. And then we have the orchid. So just a quick note on this one. I cut it down. I arranged the beading or the specks to be down the center, just to keep kind of the effect of the die. So now what we have to do is a little bit of flower forming. Once we take it out of the die, we're going to go ahead and fold it in half. And I'm going to put a little bit of double-sided tape on the inside just to keep that from shifting when we fold it, or roll it, I should say. Just a little bit on each end. That's good. There we go. And then we'll go along the outside with double-sided tape as well. I've seen people do this with a glue gun. And probably use your tape runner. You just want something to keep your flower secure so that it doesn't fall apart once you get it on your card. And then I have these handy dandy tweezers from Crafter's Companion that stay closed on their own. So we'll just start rolling. So now we have the center. Let's just bring up the picture as we do this. So we have a nice tight center. And then we have our stamens that are sticking out. Just be careful not to lose any leaves or petals. And then we have our big petals on the ends. And then gently, just want to start folding these back. And then fold back the stamens. And pop out our tweezers. So there we have our orchid. And I'll just get a piece of blank cardstock, and so what she's done here is arranged it on a page, but I'm more of a card maker, so I would arrange it on the front of a card. And then there's a score line here, so you can fold these slightly to get a little texture. And so there you have it. An orchid. And you can stand it up like that and glue it down. You know, it'd be a little difficult if you're using your trying to get it in an envelope. I'm just going to kind of shift some of these petals a little bit. There you go. So this is the orchid from the Sharon Callis Garden Florals. Arts in Flowers. So let's try another one. And the next one I want to try is the lily. And ladies and gents, you know, practice makes perfect. So I'm doing these for the first time on camera. Your first try could definitely be far better than mine. So let's see. Maybe we'll go with, instead of the pinkies, we'll do the yellow. And then we'll take out this color for the leaves. Let's just take a look and see how that one comes out. So here's our flower that we've run through the Gemini MIDI, and now we'll do the leaves. So with the leaves, I use this ombre paper, and then again, you can see just has the ombre effect and the embossing on it. So just put that off to the side. And then this one I ran a different way because I wanted it to have the darker stem. So now let's work with our flower. We're going to fold it up. Just take a picture over here. Use a boning tool. I'll just use my little fingernail. And then a little double-sided tape. This time I'm just going to do it on the outside. I'm going to see if I can just hold it together tight enough. You know what, on second thought, haste makes waste. So let's just run our tape runner down the center to keep it locked down. And we will start rolling our flower up. I like the long stamens on the inside. So with this one, you know, it does make a difference which side you start rolling from. Okay, so just looking at the picture over here, they have about 5 or 6 petals. So I'll fold those back first. And then so it looks like I would probably want to add a little glue or tape right here on this end. So just fold our leaves back. Oh, look at that one. We're getting better. So there we have it. We have our lily. Just slide the tweezers out. Let's just see what it will look like on a card. So then we have our leaves and our leaf. There you go. And you can stand that up with you know, your hot glue gun. The lily is very pretty. I think that looks great. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, and here I have twisted out the tea rose. And I just went ahead and did it off camera because I'm sure you've seen twisting and you're like, okay, fine with that, but what do we do with them when we're done? So what I have here is a card. So this is the Knitwit paper pattern, and then also the vintage lace from Crafter's Companion. And then I added our orchid and our lily. And I'm going to next add the tea rose. So now with the flowers, with the leaves, which I think I lost a leaf. I think I lost a rose leaf, but that's okay. We have plenty of leaves. I'm just going to do a little bit of tape on the back. I don't think I'm going to do that the other way. Just a little bit of tape on the back. Then we'll have a full set of leaves there. And then I'm going to take these glue dots and I'm going to put this on the bottom of the flower to mount it. I've seen them use glue guns on Crafter's Companion TV. I just don't have one handy. I don't really use it often enough. I have one upstairs somewhere. So I'll just add in that flower and then throw on our last set of leaves. Just a little tape. Just a little tape to kind of spread those out. So, like I said, I use glue dots on the bottom of the flowers. I also used a couple of glue dots just to kind of maneuver the pieces of the lily, just to kind of hold that in place. And then we added a sentiment. So this is what you can do with those flowers, just to give you some inspiration. Again, it's not going to go in an envelope, but still a beautiful card that you can hand to someone. And then what about the other things that we did? So remember the kaleidoscope metallic paper and the snowflake paper? So I just added a sentiment and a card topper, and now we have a quick card there. And then with our floral frame, just added a sentiment. So that's what you can do with this kit. And in case you're wondering, these are grateful greetings sentiments that I picked up on Create and Craft TV. So grateful greetings. Oh, Carnation Crafts. That's who they're by, Carnation Crafts. So this is just a little bit of inspiration for you all. And again, this is the Garden Florals collection by Crafter's Companion, designed by Sharon Callis. Beautiful collection. You know, the flower pieces are gorgeous. They come together very nicely because the way the paper is created takes a little bit of time. Beautiful collection though. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe so that you can be notified when we post additional videos. And thank you for watching. It's just Crafty Chantel.